Hello everyone and welcome to the vlog. Another week and another vlog number 6. And this week I have something very special for you guys. I'm actually hitting the road heading up to Jupiter, Florida. Not Jupiter the planet, Jupiter, Florida, where I'm going to the Max Planck Institute for Neuroscience. It is one of the biggest, most, prestigious institutes for neuroscience research in the world. Forget just the United States. So I'm heading up there because they have a small little conference that they're calling Synapse 2019. And for those of you who don't know, synapse is the communication between two neurons. So they're having a little play on words, a little fun there with the scientists. Synapse 2019 should be amazing, should have some amazing presenters there. And I hope to bring the vlog there so you can see some awesome presenters, see some awesome research. What's at the cutting edge at a place like Max Planck Institute for Neuroscience? What are people doing in the neuroscience community? What questions are they pondering? Hopefully we get to do some very cool interviews and hear some very awesome presentations. So let's hit the road up to Jupiter. We're saying bye-bye to Yogi for now. Let's hit the road. Let's head up there. Hello everyone, and unfortunately, not much videotaping could get done at the conference at Synapse. It was very loud in there. The videos just did not come out so good, and there was a lot of people, so I hope you guys are okay. I hope I didn't promise too much and get you all excited, but I promise you this, is that eventually I'm going to get to a conference and you're going to get to see what an actual scientific conference is going to look like, especially a place like Max Planck Institute. Maybe scheduling an interview with one of the actual scientists there might be a better way to showcase that. Let me know down in the description if you want to see that in the future. But what I thought I would do is explain some of the amazing research that's going on, just a cliff notes, because I don't want to rain on anybody's research parade and talk about things that, can't be disclosed at this time or presented as my own. I want to just say that, first of all, none of the stuff I'm going to talk about is stuff that I have done or I have participated in to any stretch of the imagination. But I just want to let you know the scope of where neuroscience is going and some of the cool projects people are looking at. So, for instance, the first project that comes to mind is one that's talking about the gut microbiome. The gut microbiome, people might be like, well, what's your gut bacteria got to do with your brain? What's got to do with that, with the nervous system, right, in neuroscience? Well, actually, the gut microbiome actually plays a very important role in not just your digestive system, but your communication and your mood with your brain as well. So, for instance, the way this all works is that, your brain sends certain signals, right, to your stomach and your endocrine system, the hormones, the things that communicate between organ systems. And especially when it goes to the stomach and the GI tract, your small intestine and large intestine and that sort of thing, the bacteria in there, in turn, send out signals. This is what scientists have discovered. And they send out signals too. So what the present research is sort of looking at, what does our mood and our mental state, what does that say about what that does to our gut microbiome? Is it good to be in certain moods? Do certain moods harm the gut microbiome? And they're looking at things like this. So, what one project was doing was simply looking at stress. And without getting into the too much details about it, is that when the brain is stressed, it sends certain signals to endocrine organs, and those endocrine organs seem to be having an effect where in stressed out conditions, your gut microbiome is lesser. The gut microbiome is tampered with. Your diversity, the amount of different bacteria you have hanging around your GI system to keep you healthy, becomes less. And that's really amazing because these gut microbacteria now help with your mood. They help release serotonin, which is a particular neurotransmitter responsible for your mood and among other things. And decimation or tampering or destroying that gut microbiome diversity now not only makes you less, more prone to sort of digestive issues, but it also can affect your mood. So I think that was one very, very cool thing that I saw one of the posters there. It's a lab very, very close to my heart. Dr. Jamie Tarter at Nova Southeastern University is doing that research, and it's a small part of her overall project, but in a nutshell, that's what is being worked on there. The thing number two that I saw, being worked on is a lot of, one was a neuroplasticity sort of project. Now, let me try to say it properly the first time. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating sort of new branch of neuroscience where our brain and certain ideas are connected to each other, right? This is the easiest way I think I can explain it. Is that, and I'll leave, of course, links down in the description if you want to look more into neuroplasticity, but essentially, it's the brain forming new synapses with new neurons, and that affecting your cognition, potentially your memory, but a whole vast array of things can be learned from this, even though you're not making new neurons, right? Not new neurons, but you're making new connections between neurons that were not connected before. And that is an exciting premise. So what I saw in there was a couple of projects that are looking at neuroplasticity on a very, very small cellular level and trying to understand what causes this plasticity. What do we mean by plasticity? What is the structure that's causing this plasticity to happen? Because if we're going to look into neuroplasticity, we have to know what to look for. What is a signature sort of marker of neuroplasticity? For instance, if you, go out and you go to a sports game, okay, any sports game. We'll take basketball, for instance. And you go to see the Miami Heat versus the Los Angeles Lakers. How do you know which fans are which? How do you know who's a Miami fan and who's an LA fan? Well, probably by the jerseys that they're wearing. The LA Lakers fans are probably in their gold and purple jerseys that say LA Lakers on it. And then the Miami Heat fans are probably in, their black and red or white and red Miami Heat. And it says Miami Heat on it. That's how you tell which fan is which. Just the same way we do that. The exact same way we want to look at how do we tell this is a sign of neuroplasticity. What do we tell when we want to see neuroplasticity is happening or has happened? What do we look for? We look for, and this one was saying dendritic spines, which is essentially a dendrite is how your neuron picks up all these signals, and it's got little spines on the end of these dendrites that what actually pick up the signal from other places. So having more spines might mean more action potentials with new neurons, new connections with new neurons. So maybe that is a cellular marker of neuroplasticity. So I hope that's exciting. And then one more thing that I want to talk about that I saw at the conference was not such a project, but I think it's important to talk about in terms of science and knowing what comes out of these sorts of conferences. It's not just bragging about, the sort of research you're doing and sharing the research information just to inform other people. It's also to meet new people and to meet new scientists and to intrigue people into the work that you're doing. Because that's how collaborations start. Collaborations are the heart and soul of scientific research. Just like we teach our kids in elementary school and preschool that teamwork is important, okay? You can't be selfish and be a good scientist. This speaks back to the last video. You can't be selfish and be a good scientist. Very few scientists accomplish things by themselves. It's a whole community that helps to build each other up. And most times when success or a new discovery is made, it's multiple people that help to make that discovery together. Rarely ever is it just one person solely making a discovery, because it takes more than one brain sometimes to wrap around an idea and to get it solid in your head. So these conferences, this is why they're so important to happen. They're not just for, the food and the, all the other refreshments and so on that go along with it, and just talking about nonsense, and not just talking shop either, and not just talking about, the science. It's also about forming relationships. And some of these conferences, it's international relationships that are being formed. And I think that's really, really, really special. So I hope, again, I really apologize for the vlog, not being at the Max Planck Institute for Neuroscience. And, we couldn't get exactly an interview and stuff like that. But trust me, I'm going to try my absolute best to get that to work out one week, so you can hear about what a leader in neuroscience research has to talk about and their research, and maybe do it at the Max Planck Institute so you can see that facility too, because it is so, so, so exciting. Research is moving forward every day, and I am so blessed to be a part of it. I'm so fortunate to be a part of it. A small part of it, but I'm so excited to be in this world and to be experiencing these things with these people. So I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you had an amazing week. And remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And I will see you right back here next week. Let me know what you want to see, what you'd be interested in hearing about. I haven't forgotten those of you who want to hear more about the brain. I'm going to do that probably next week. I know I keep promising next week. But actually, what I've had as a huge, a lot of people have recommended it and have asked for it, is a vlog on cannabis. So if you're interested, and I know it's a little bit of a controversial topic, but we're going to get into it a little bit if you want to see it. So let me know. Leave down in the comments, do you want to hear about cannabis? Do you want to hear about, some of the things that we might want to consider? What does it actually do? What are the actual health concerns? How do we wrap this all up? And where is research going for cannabis research? What are we looking at? How are we analyzing this whole situation? We can talk about that and more maybe in a future week if a lot of people are excited about it. I've had the recommendation a couple of times and I want to hear what you think. So please, please, please let me know, and have yourself a fantastic week. I'll see you guys right back here next week. Bye-bye.